Alright guys, a new month is already upon us, so let's talk about my 10 most anticipated 4Ks and Blu-rays coming out in the month of November 2024. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. I'm Ken and today we are talking about my 10 most anticipated 4K and Blu-ray titles that are coming out in the month of November. This month, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and prepare you right off the top. Massive month. Like, I thought October was a huge month for physical media. Like, November, honestly, like, is pretty close to blowing it out of the water. Like, we've got so much coming out. Like, I could not cover everything. There's going to be titles that are coming out, big titles that are coming out in the month of November that I'm just not covering on today's video, but I'm trying to dive into as much as I can. As I do with all these videos, guys, I like to cover my 10 most anticipated, the ones that I am personally looking forward to the most. Then I dive into some honorable mentions, ones that I am also looking forward to, but just not as much as the 10. And then we dive into other notable titles as well. And I've got a very long list of other notable titles. There's a lot of stuff. I did not realize how popping off November is. Like, it is really an incredible time for physical media, guys. But before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, 4Ks, Blu-rays, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. So if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then comment down below, guys. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the month of November, your top 5, your top 10. Like I said, I can't cover everything. There's going to be stuff that you're really looking forward to that I'm not even going to bring up on today's video. So leave me what you're looking forward to in that comment section below. And let's just jump right into it, guys. Let's start off the top with my number 1. I am so looking forward to this. I just don't know if I'm ready to watch it in November. I might hold off until December and then maybe review it then. But White Christmas is coming to 4K from Paramount on November the 5th for $24.34. That is just a regular slipcover option. There's no steelbooks. There's nothing else with that, but which is honestly kind of disappointing. I thought they could have done a really nice steelbook, but I am so looking forward to watching this movie. It's in Technicolor. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous in 4K with that HDR, and this is just a movie, like I said, I've been watching since I was a kid. I would like to say that I've loved it since I was a kid, but honestly, I didn't love it as much when I was a kid. My parents kind of made me watch it, but growing up, like, I just keep going back to this movie. Like, every single holiday season, I watch White Christmas. It just invokes those Christmas feels for sure. But like I said, I just don't know if I'm ready. I'm kind of funny with my Christmas movies, guys. Like, end of November, I can get into it, but like, I can't do it like at the beginning of November, so I might wait a couple weeks to watch this and then review it on the channel just to let it get closer to December. But White Christmas, guys, great classic Christmas movie if you haven't seen it. It's a musical, so I know if you're not a musical fan, maybe you won't be into it, but I love White Christmas. I think it's one of the best, and the visual like style and quality to this movie, like, this is going to look, if Paramount does it right, this is going to look phenomenal on 4K, and I can't wait. So yeah, let me know if you're excited for White Christmas in the comment section below. My number 2 most anticipated for the month of November is a second site release, and that is the Blair Witch Project Blu-ray box set. This comes out on November the 11th for $49.99. I believe it's still available to pre-order on the Second Sight website. If you're in the US, I don't know if it's still available on Diabolic or Orbit, but you can also check there as well so they can do the importing for you. This is supposed to render all the other home video releases of the Blair Witch Project useless. This is the definitive version, the director-approved version. He said all those other editions that have been put out over the years by Lionsgate and other studios, they're all wrong. They're not the way the film was supposed to look. This is the way the film is supposed to look. So I'm very curious what that means. I will be doing a review of the Blair Witch Project. Blu-ray, guys, not a 4K. This is a Blu-ray set right here, but I will be reviewing this and kind of comparing it to the past Blu-ray release because I do have that release from Lionsgate. So I'm very excited to dive into it. Bunch of new special features, and I love the Blair Witch Project. I think it's one of the greatest horror films of all time, and it's definitely in top 3 found footage horror movies for me personally. I put this up there with Paranormal Activity and, you know, Creep. I love Creep as well, which is also getting a second sight release, but definitely one of the greatest horror movies of all time. One of the most influential horror movies of all time for sure. But the Blair Witch Project Second Sight box set, and it's Second Sight, guys. I always get excited for a Second Sight box set in my hands. Cannot wait. November the 11th. $49.99 to get that on the Second Sight website right now. Let's get into my number 3, guys. My number 3 most anticipated is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark on 4K from Arrow Video. This comes out November the 12th for $31.86. And I think I may have already showed this off on the channel already, but I have not watched it yet. As of right now, as of filming, I haven't watched it yet, but I will be reviewing this on the channel. I'm excited to watch this in 4K. It's an 80s, horror kind of movie with Elvira, and I have seen this movie before from Arrow Video. The actual Blu-ray looked really good, but I'm sure this movie is going to look phenomenal on 4K. It just has that visual quality and aesthetic and appeal to it, and I can't wait to watch it in 4K. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Let me know if you're excited for that. Let me know if you're excited for Elvira in 4K. Let me know in the comments section below. All right, let's get into my next one. This is The Invasion coming to 4K from Arrow Video on November the 12th for $34.99. There's also a Blu-ray version available for $26.29 as well. I don't really know anything about this movie. I've never seen it. It's got Nicole Kidman. It's got Daniel Craig. It's supposed to be some kind of like UFO sci-fi movie. Maybe like kind of an Invasion of the Body Snatchers type storyline. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm excited to watch this movie for the first time and in 4K from Arrow Video with a ton of great special features. I'm just excited to get into it. That's really all I have to say about it. But The Invasion on 4K, let me know if that's a good movie, if you're excited for that too, in the comments section below. And next up, guys, coming in at number 5, this is a big one. This is The Terminator coming to 4K, guys. James Cameron's The Terminator coming to 4K from Warner Brothers on November the 19th, coming out on 4K for $27.19, and also getting a 4K Steelbook that is currently unavailable. And I'm hoping that this one comes back into stock like the Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook, which was also Warner Brothers, came back into stock. I think Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook right now is available on Amazon for $25. So hopefully this comes back in stock as well. I pre-ordered this from Groove the day it was announced for $29.99. I think it went up for pre-order on Amazon as well, but it's all sold out everywhere as of right now. But hopefully Warner Brothers has the good sense to bring this back in stock for those that did want that Steelbook. But yeah, The Terminator on 4K, guys, I'm curious. I'm really curious. I'm excited, but I'm also curious, like, how is this going to look? How are people going to receive this? Because people with the James Cameron 4Ks, guys, opinions are all over the place. They are always running wild, and it's always a hot topic to discuss a James Cameron 4K. So I cannot wait to sit does it do the film justice? That's what we want, because The Terminator, guys, such a great movie. I am always reminded every time I watch this film, I'm like, T2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. It always has been since I was a kid. And I like The Terminator, but I didn't like it as much as T2. But every time I go back and watch that movie now as an adult, like, I'm like, damn, this is like almost as good as Terminator 2. And I can completely understand, like, if you're a person that thinks that Terminator is better than Terminator 2, because it is that damn good. And I am excited as hell to watch this on 4K just to see what it's like. Does it do the film justice? Is it the 4K that we deserve from James Cameron? Or is it a complete shit show, DNR mess, waxy Terminator figure looking guy all throughout the film? I'm excited to get into it, guys, and just see what this thing looks like. I'm excited to review it and talk about it with you guys as well. So there we go, guys. Terminator on 4K. Probably the most exciting release for the month of November, if I'm being completely honest. That is my 5th most anticipated. Coming in at number 6, guys, Blazing Saddles in 4K. This is also coming out from Warner Brothers. Big month for Warner Brothers on November the 19th on 4K for $27.19. Also getting a 4K Steelbook for $29.99 as well. That is also still available on Groove and Amazon currently. But yeah, Blazing Saddles, guys, definitely one of the classic comedies that I love from my childhood. I used to watch all those Mel Brooks movies as a kid. Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, like all the classic Mel Brooks films I just wore out on VHS tape as a kid. So I'm excited to watch this one. This is definitely one of his best movies. It's probably right up there with Spaceballs for me, to be honest. And it's a Western, and I'm always excited to dive into a Western in 4K. Those just always look fantastic, just have such great visual appeal. And this movie is just dripping with beautiful set design and scenery and costumes. It just has that really like classic like 70s Western feel to it. And I'm excited to watch it in 4K. So hopefully Warner Brothers gives us the 4K that we deserve for Blazing Saddles. Let me know if you're excited for that one in the comments section below. We've also got North by Northwest. We've got Hitchcock on 4K coming in this month, guys. This is coming out on 4K from Warner Brothers on November the 19th on 4K for $27.19. Also getting a 4K Steelbook, which is a really nice, I'd say out of all the Warner Brothers 4K Steelbooks that are coming out this month, the one for North by Northwest is the nicest in my opinion. Really nice 4K Steelbook for that one. But yeah, North by Northwest, it's one of the big Hitchcock holdouts for 4K because we've gotten a ton of Hitchcock films on 4K throughout the years from those Universal sets. At least 14 by now. We've gotten 14 Hitchcock movies on 4K, but we needed North by Northwest. That was the big one that we needed on 4K. To Catch a Thief just came out on 4K as well. But North by Northwest, like, this movie just has such a grand scale and scope to it. I'm thinking of that Mount Rushmore sequence, the sequence where he's running on the ground, the plane's coming towards him. Like, there's so many sequences in this movie that have the potential to just completely take your breath away. So I am excited to watch North by Northwest on 4K. That is my 7th most anticipated. Let's get into my number 8, guys, and that is A Simple Plan, coming to 4K from Arrow Video on November the 19th for $31.86. Also getting a Blu-ray edition for $27.99 as well. This is a movie I really don't know anything about. I know it's got Bill Paxton in it. It's got Billy Bob Thornton in it. And it's a movie that's directed by Sam Raimi. So this is one of his more underrated movies that people always talk about. And I think this is a first time to not only 4K, but also Blu-ray as well for this film. I think it was a holdout from the DVD era. So A Simple Plan from Arrow Video. I am excited to check this one out for the first time because I've heard some great things. Let me know if you're also excited for it in the comment section below. We've also got coming in at number 9, guys. 9 is Mike Flanagan's Hush, coming to 4K from Screen Factory on November the 26th for $33.80 for the 4K. And there's also multiple slipcover packages on the actual Screen Factory website. You've got a regular slip package, just an extra slipcover that kind of has a white face, his masked face, which I honestly don't like the design of that cover. I just don't think it looks that good. That is $39.99 for that, but you can also get a signed by Mike Flanagan slipcover for $89.99 as well. This thing is a massive, massive set. It's got 4 discs. It's got all kinds of special features. It's got multiple cuts, and I'm excited, guys. I remember watching this on Netflix back in 2016 when it came out. Really solid home invasion film, but I'm just excited to have a movie kind of break away from Netflix to go back under the ownership of the director, and he gets the opportunity to put out a grand physical media release for one of his first movies. And Mike Flanagan is just probably the hottest horror director right now, in my opinion. I think he surpassed James Wan as far as like a more modern horror filmmaker. I think he's the best in the business right now. Getting ready to do The Exorcist, new Exorcist film. He did Doctor Sleep. So many great shows on Netflix that he's done, like The Haunting of Hill House and Midnight Mass. And he's just a master at the craft. And to go back and check out one of his earlier films, get all kinds of great special features, and to know that he's a filmmaker that cares about physical media and preserving his work on physical media, that definitely puts me in his corner, and I'm excited to support this release when it comes out on November the 26th. So let me know if you're excited for Hush on 4K in that comment section below. We've also got coming in at number 10, guys. This is coming from Umbrella Entertainment all the way over in Australia, and that is the Full Moon Fright Box Volume 1. Now, this has demonic toys. It has demonic toys versus Dollman, and demonic toys too. So look, I love the Full Moon movies when I was a kid, the Puppet Masters, the demonic toys. I haven't seen these movies for a very long time, so I'm excited to dive into the set. And I put this on the list. This comes out November the 6th. I usually get the Umbrella stuff towards the end of the month. But last month I didn't put an Umbrella box set on my list because I was afraid it wasn't going to get to me in time. They seem to be getting the stuff to me like within the month. So I went ahead and put the Full Moon box set on the list because I'm very excited to get this thing in my hands in the collection. And it looks really nice. And that is coming out November the 6th for $90. It's still available right now currently on the Umbrella website. And the fact that it's a volume 1, guys, I cannot wait to get volume 2. I hope they put some subspecies in the next box set. I would definitely be excited for that. But that is my 10 most anticipated, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into my honorable mentions. I have quite a few of those as well. Now, I will say with these honorable mentions, it doesn't mean that I'm going to get these this month, but it does mean that these are movies that are on my radar and I want to try to get them this month or at some point very soon when they go on sale. But my first one is Godzilla on 4K from the Criterion Collection. We've got multiple Godzillas coming out this month, guys. We got Godzilla on 4K coming out from the Criterion Collection. The classic 50s Godzilla coming out on November the 5th for $34.99. This is Criterion Barnes & Noble sale month, so I will probably end up getting this month for 25 bucks. It is available to pre-order right now for $34.99, but I do strongly recommend that you wait for the Barnes & Noble sale because Amazon will probably mark it down once November hits to kind of match the Barnes & Noble sale prices, or visit your local Barnes & Noble and buy it from theirs. But yeah, Godzilla on 4K, guys. This is a black and white movie. I'm sure it's going to look fantastic on 4K, and I cannot wait to see it. We've also got We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson coming out on 4K from Paramount on November the 5th for $28.99. I know I've seen this movie before, but I have not seen it in a very long time. This was not the Mel Gibson war movie that I watched over and over again when I was a kid. That was The Patriot. That was Braveheart. I didn't check out We Were Soldiers a ton. I know I've seen it, but I'm excited to revisit that one. And war films always look stunning on 4K for sure, but that comes out November the 5th. $28.99 for the 4K of that. We've also got Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out from Warner Brothers. November the 5th, this is getting a 4K for $26.99 and a Blu-ray for $21.59. So I'm definitely anticipating watching that because I didn't get a chance to see that one in the theaters. We've also got the 4:30 movie, which is the latest Kevin Smith movie coming out from Lionsgate on November the 5th. A 4K Steelbook, which looks very nice for $34.99. Also a regular Blu-ray edition for $20.93. I've actually heard some good things about this movie, and the premise of just some kids hanging out outside of a movie theater back in the 90s, that just sounds kind of irresistible to me. I want to check this movie out. Even though Kevin Smith hasn't had the greatest track record as of late, I am excited to check that one out. We've also got Blink Twice, which is the latest Zoe Kravitz film, or maybe the first Zoe Kravitz film that stars Channing Tatum. I heard mixed things about this, but I'm curious enough about the premise to check this one out. This comes out on Blu-ray from Warner Bros. On November the 5th for $21.59. We've also got Scarface 1932, not the Pacino one, the classic Scarface, is getting a 4K from Criterion on November the 12th for $34.99. But again, this is coming out during Criterion sale month, so this will be down to $24.99. So I will definitely pick this up during the sale month. We've also got Godzilla -1, guys, coming out from Toho on November the 19th on 4K for $29.95, getting a Blu-ray for $24.95, and a 4K Steelbook that is currently unavailable. This thing, just like Terminator Nightmare on Elm Street, keeps going in and out of stock. Like, it comes back and then it goes out. It comes back and it goes out. I really kind of want that Steelbook. I keep missing the pre-order. But if I have to, I'll just go ahead and end up getting the 4K slipcover version at some point. I'm not in any hurry to get it because I've already seen the film in the theaters, and it's also on Netflix as well. So I'll buy it at some point because I do want to support the movie because I did enjoy the movie, but I'm not in any rush to get Godzilla -1. We've also got the Frank Capra 21 movie box set that comes out from Sony on November the 19th for $144.99. That's a great price, but I think the price could get a little bit lower. Now, maybe this backfires on me and it completely sells out, goes out of print, and I don't get it. But I think that $144.99, I think this will go down to about $120. I will get it when it goes down in price a little bit because I do want to add this one to the collection. Classic director that I want more of his filmography in the collection for sure. So definitely want to get that Frank Capra box set at some point. We've also got the Zaz collection coming out from Paramount on November the 19th for $45.59. This I will be very likely to get this month. Even though I've got one of the movies on 4K in the collection already, I hate how they don't release these separately, but $45 is not a bad price because if they had Top Secret on 4K, if they had Airplane on 4K separately, they'd probably be $22 or $23 and it would add up to the same price point that it's at right now anyway. But this also has, the Naked Gun in it, which I got on 4K last year, 4K Steelbook. But I need to have Top Secret, guys, in 4K. I need to have Airplane in 4K. I love all these movies, just freaking love all these movies. So I got to get this box set at some point this month, November the 19th, $45.59. We've also got Speak No Evil, the new James McAvoy horror remake, which I haven't seen the original yet. I do want to check that out at some point. This is getting a Blu-ray release from Universal on November the 19th for $30.99. The only reason I'm a little reluctant to pick this up, for one, it's a Blu-ray for $30.99. Like, I can wait, hold off on that for a little bit till it drops in price. But also, Universal has that bad habit of putting out these Blu-rays and then 6 months later they do a 4K. So I might just have to watch this on streaming and then wait until it gets a 4K release if I like it later on down the line. We've also got Eyes Without a Face getting a 4K Umbrella release on November the 6th for $60. I've heard some great things about this movie, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching that as well. Now let's go ahead and jump into some other titles. And like I said in the opening, guys, there's a lot of stuff to cover. I'm not going to dive in depth on all these, but I'm just going to run down the list. Let's get into it. Are you ready? Let's go. We've got Rules of Engagement coming to 4K from Kino Lorber on November the 5th for $19.99. We've got The Wizard of Oz 4K Steelbook Edition coming out from Warner Brothers on November the 5th for $68.26. This is a nice edition, but like that price point, almost $70 for a Steelbook little box set release. Like, I don't know, guys. That doesn't seem worth it to me. I love Wizard of Oz, but I don't know if I need that, especially since I already got the 4K in the collection. We've also got an Escape from New York 4K Steelbook coming out from Scream Factory November the 5th for $35.99. We got a Krampus 4K Steelbook coming out from Scream Factory on November the 5th for $35.99 as well. We've got Strange Darling coming to Blu-ray, which I saw this movie in the theaters. I will own it at some point, but this is another one that I'm kind of waiting to see if it gets a 4K later on down the line. That comes out from Magenta Light Studios for $29.99, but that's a really great movie. If you didn't see it, like, maybe you want to get this Blu-ray because it's actually a really phenomenal film. It's one of the best movies of the year, honestly. We've also got Last Christmas coming to 4K from Universal on November the 5th for $27.98. We got The Crow, the new Crow, guys, 2024, coming out from Lionsgate November the 5th on 4K for $30.09, Blu-ray for $22.96, 4K Amazon Steelbook for $34.99, and a 4K Walmart Steelbook edition for $29.96 as well. We got Seven Samurai coming to 4K from the Criterion Collection on November the 12th for $41.99. Not sure why that one's a little bit more than the usual Criterion 4K, but I'm sure that one will drop down to $25 during the Criterion November Barnes & Noble sale. We've also got Born on the 4th of July coming to 4K from Shout Factory on November the 12th for $39.99. We got the SpongeBob SquarePants movie on 4K coming out from Paramount on November the 12th for $24.34. Now, that one got a Steelbook release earlier on in the year, and now it's getting a slipcover, standalone slipcover version. We've got Beetlejuice coming from Warner Brothers on November the 19th on 4K for $29.95, a Blu-ray for $26.78, and a 4K Steelbook for $34.99. I did not love that movie. I probably will be getting the 4K from Warner Brothers just to talk about it again on the channel, and I will be reviewing the 4K for that, so definitely look out for that. That'll probably turn into a rant video, if I'm being completely honest. We got Play Misty for Me coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on November the 19th for $26.48. We've got Rush coming to 4K from Shout Factory on November the 19th for $33.80. We got Funny Girl coming out on 4K, guys. Barbra Streisand movie from the Criterion Collection on November the 19th for $34.99. We've got House of the Dragon Season 2 coming out from Warner Brothers on November the 19th on 4K for $39.95, a Blu-ray for $34.95, and a 4K Steelbook for $44.95. I liked House of the Dragon Season 2, but I loved the first season. Honestly thought the second season was a little bit of a step down, but at some point, I will get this show on 4K. I'll probably wait until there's some kind of like complete box set edition of that. We also got Little Women coming to 4K, the 1994 version from Sony on November the 19th for $34.49. We've got Killer's Game coming out from Lionsgate on November the 19th, a 4K for $42.99, a Blu-ray for $39.99, and a 4K Steelbook that looks really awesome actually for $34.99. We've got Labyrinth 4K and Dark Crystal 4K collector's editions coming out from Shout Factory on November the 19th for $82.47 a piece. These are massive box set editions with plenty of crap inside. Shout Factory website actually has multiple like bigger editions up to almost like $300. So if you want to pay a super premium price for that Labyrinth and Dark Crystal box set release, then go check out the Shout Factory website. They got all kinds of goodies over there for those films. We've also got The Shape of Water coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection on November the 26th for $34.99. We got Bug coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on November the 26th for $29.71. We got Hunted coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on November the 26th for $29.71, which two William Friedkin films right there coming out from Kino Lorber. We got Bones and All coming out on 4K from Shout Factory on November the 26th for $30.49. And lastly, guys, we have Dragon, the Bruce Lee story coming out on 4K from Shout Factory on November the 26th for $32.99. Guys, look, I am exhausted. There is a lot of stuff coming out in November. Like I said, I didn't even discuss some things that are coming out in November. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is getting a 4K Steelbook. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out in the month of November. Let me know what you're the most excited about in that comment section below. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.